Dame Helen Mirren, lovely to speak to you. This is being released across the United Kingdom, the kingdom of the woman that you portray. Are you quietly confident that her subjects will like this, or are you a little nervous?
I'm not nervous about the film because they're not subjects. I mean, of course they are, but they're our audience is what they are. And the film, I believe, from all the responses I've had, is a very enjoyable film. It's already received a couple of awards, which is fantastic. But the award that I cherished the most in Venice, in the Venice Film Festival, was the award it got from the International Film Critics. So there you've got Italian, Spanish, Germans, Japanese, Australians, this worldwide group of film critics who elected it as the best film in the festival. And that means it's got audience appeal, and that's what's most important for a film.
When a film portrays somebody, a real person, a living person, I'm sure there's a tendency among the people who watch it to transplant that person onto the real figure. Are you at ease with the fact that your Queen may well come to be seen as the way the Queen really is?
Oh, I don't think that's remotely likely to happen. Oh, well, I say that. I did a huge amount of work and a great deal of thought in trying to portray the person that I felt the Queen was, if you know what I mean. The person beyond the monarchy, that whatever that is inside of there. And I'm comfortable with my effort, if you like. I saw myself as a portrait painter. There's been many different portraits of the Queen painted. Each portrait is very different. So the portrait painter brings his or her own understanding of this person, and I'm just one in the line of portrait painters, really, is all I am. Obviously on film it has a greater impact in the immediate moment. I hope it's okay.
I think you do yourself down to say that it might not influence people. I think a lot of people will be seeing the Queen through the prism of your performance from now on. I think films have a great capacity to do that.
They do, but also films are transitory. Films are a big deal for about a week and a half or 2 or 3 weeks, and then we're on to something else, So maybe for the next three weeks. But a terrible thing has happened to me, which is now I look at portraits of the Queen and I go, oh, there I am. Isn't that awful? It's terrifying. I either think, oh, there I am, or I think, oh, there's my girl, because I spent so much of my time researching her and playing her, thinking about her as a young person, up to and including the Second World War. And we tend to forget, really what the Queen has been through in terms of her life history. And it was that part of her life that I was the most drawn to, and I felt that was the most important.
In terms of shaping her?
In terms of finding who that person was before that enormous institution structure settled upon her at the time, very young shoulders.
You sound as if you have a great deal of sympathy for her. Did you find yourself fighting the Queen's corner, arguing for script changes?
To a certain extent, yes. Yes, absolutely. I did. Yes, I did.
You're already tipped to potentially get an Oscar for this. I know.
Dangerous talk, my
dear.
Dangerous talk.
If ever there was an opportunity to wear a tiara to the Oscars.
Yes, that would be terrible. I love tiaras, though. I've always wanted to wear a tiara. But they're such pretty things, aren't they? But, I don't think it's my destiny.
Have you ever met the Queen?
Very briefly, along with hundreds of other people, but in quite not a formal situation, not in a line-up kind of situation. And the same thing happened to me as happens to everyone who meets the Queen, as far as I can make out, is that everyone is blown away by how absolutely charming and twinkly and funny she is, and how very, very kind of sweet. And And I have to say that happened to me. But I was brought up in a vehemently anti-monarchist household. I mean, not anti the monarchy in the sense of the people they are at all, but in the sense of the class structure in Britain. My parents were vehemently anti the class structure. And I still have some of that in me, definitely.
Do you think that came out?
No. In my portrayal, I hope not. I had to overcome that, which was a good thing, and think about this person as a person. I mean, it's incomprehensible, isn't it? I still can't get there to that point that is beyond, I would say it's beyond ego and it's beyond vanity, into that place where there is no choice. There is no choice. I can't imagine what that must be like. And none of us can, actually.
You will probably bump into the Queen again at some gala dinner.
I don't think one bumps into the Queen.
No, okay.
You know.
You will probably meet the Queen again at some gala dinner or whatever.
Maybe. I've never met her before.
How do you think the conversation would go?
I don't know. How do you do, Mum? Hello, Helen. So the query, Helen Mirren. Hello, Dame Helen. She'd be utterly polite and would not mention the movie, I'm sure. I would imagine. But, I never bumped into the Queen before I did the movie, just once, very briefly, in my, years of life. So it's, not maybe unlikely to bump into her ever again. But maybe I would be very honoured to do so, I guess.
Not cowed at all.
Not what?
Cowed at all, not scared about
No.
because you've portrayed.
No, I don't think so, no.
Well, Dame Helen Mirren. I don't think they can take that away from you, can they?
I don't know.
Dame Helen Mirren, thank you very much.
Yes, thank you.